Check, check, check. Check, check, check. All right. I'm just testing out this this streaming software and see if anybody's joining in. Let's jam a little bit. See how it sounds. Looks like we got some sound. Can you guys hear me? Anybody out there? Yeah, we're just I'm trying out this OBS. Have you guys ever used OBS before? Out there in YouTube live land, let me know. I've got let's see. I've got all right. So we got some folks on. All right, cool. So I'm going to try see if I can get the chat in here. I saw a video last night and how you can get the chat on your live stream here. So I'm going to try to do a new doc so I can see if I can. I don't know what I'm doing. It's all good, though. Let me know if you have any thoughts or questions. Say hi, please. And let me know if it's on the vertical, if we're on the vertical format here, because I see that we got a couple viewers here, and yeah, all right. Looks like we got something going on here. So let's just jam a little bit. Let me know what you got going on. Getting things warmed up here, getting things going. Do I own a Strat? Yes, I do. Thanks for the comment. You want to hear a Strat? I'll play a little Strat. I haven't played the Strat in a while. I've got a couple Strats. Actually, I think I have 3 or 4. This is kind of my main one here. This one I do have a humbucker in the bridge, though. So it's a Frankenstrat, if you will. I haven't played it for a while, so I'm going to tune it up. And right now I'm going through this Bogner Ecstasy. And this is the first time I've streamed like this on this vertical thing. So let me know how it looks. Let me know how it sounds. I see that... I'm going to move this over just a little bit so you can see my hands a little bit better. Hopefully that helps. And yeah, just getting set up here. So like I said, this Strat is kind of a Franken-Strat. It's got the fat 50s here, and then this pickup here is a EMG humbucker, passive humbucker that a friend of mine, Prashant Aswani, gave me a while back. So yeah, it's a great sounding guitar. Of course, it's a little lower output than that the Les Paul. How's that sound? Can you hear it all right? Yeah. All right, I'm making a few adjustments here because I'm trying to get this, this whole thing together. And I've got another screen down here. There we go. You don't need to see. That might be a little bit better. Also, if you guys have any questions, I have multiple views here, so I can show you a little bit more close-ups on my hands, if that's better for you. If you have any thing you want me to kind of go over, that might be a little bit too much there. Try to get the hands in there, right? So yeah, let me know if there's anything you want to go over. I'm just having some fun, just trying to get this So let me know how it sounds out there, because howdy! How's everybody doing out there in YouTube land? I'm trying to get my setup going here. I've learned all kinds of new tricks and stuff. So I noticed that you can go live on here vertically through a program called OBS, right? So trying that out a little bit. So let me know how it sounds. I'm just, I'm hoping it sounds good. How's it sound out there? Howdy. Okay, so I'm trying to get this chat thing into the stream too. Can you go over Jesus Just Left Chicago? Oh, hey, now we're getting somewhere. All right. Now I haven't played this song in a long time, but let me see if I'm just going to try to get my hands a little bit better in here for you guys. All right. Let me see if I can remember how to play this. hear it again. I haven't played it. I used to play this in a band a long time ago. So I'll show you how to play it if you don't know it. Let's see if this gets a little bit closer on my hands here. And again, bear with me as I'm trying to, you know, get this a little bit more kosher for you guys. But basically what he does is he plays a G chord. Now what you want to do is you play your G chord with, a lot of times you're going to play a G like this, right? So what you want to do is play it with your last 3 fingers like this so you can sus it like this. So what you do when you play that G chord like this, you want to sus it by playing the C note here on the 1st fret, and then you can, excuse me, play this E note here on the D string 2nd fret. So it's almost like a C over G chord. And then it goes to C. It's the same kind of move. Then it goes. So that's like a typical kind of blues turnaround. So you hold down the G note here, and then you play on the 3rd fret of the D string. You just walk that down. And then he goes minor 3rd B flat, back to that G. So let me try this. Let me see if I can find a backing track for it, because sometimes Jesus Just Left Chicago. Sometimes they have backing tracks for these tunes. Yeah, let's see. This is just a style of, let's see what... Jesus just left Chicago, and he's bound for New Orleans. Yeah, so something like that. Yeah, I used to play that a long time ago. Yeah, sometimes I bend that. I think he, man, I haven't even heard this song in so long, but yeah, I think he puts a little sauce on that. Right right here, I'm not sure. I usually would play something like this. Like a C sus chord, or let the bass player play the C note. Yeah, I love that tune. Yeah. Can you play chicken pickin' country stuff? Yeah, I can play a little bit of that. I am a little rusty at it. I'm kind of rusty at everything right now, but let me get out the old Telecaster, see what I can come up with. I'll see if I can find a little kind of country guitar backing track. There's a few on here. Usually one here, and like, let me tune this sucker up, because this has been sitting over in a corner for a little while. Let's see what we got. Looks like we got one here in E, the key of E. Kind of boring, but let's try. Let's see if I can find a little bit more upbeat kind of chicken picking. I think this one is kind of more an A here. Let's see what this sounds like. I told you I was rusty. No, what I got here is, I don't know if you can see this or not, but I actually put fake nails on these two fingers because I do a lot of, not necessarily country, but kind of hybrid style. And what happens is I just did it about a week ago. They last a couple weeks, but they grow out and they get a little wonky. So I have to kind of shave them down a little bit, and because they'll get caught on strings and stuff. So it's kind of a little bit of a finger maintenance, if you will. So just real quick while I'm doing this, my name is Jeff. I'm a guitar teacher, guitar player. I've been a professional guitarist my whole life. I live in Nashville. I lived in LA for about 35 years, since 1988. I teach at GIT. I taught in school for about 15 or 16 years up until the pandemic. And then I just teach online now. I have a Patreon site. All of that good stuff. So follow along if you want. Follow my page here. Also, if you want to get some guitar lessons. So yeah, you can tell I'm really rusty. I'm gonna turn the backing track up just a little bit. So I haven't practiced that stuff for a long time, that's for sure. But it is fun. I do like it. So any guitar players out there, let me know. I'm monitoring the chat here a little bit so I can answer any questions and thoughts or anything that you want me to go over. Any licks or music theory, you name it. You name it, I'm down for it. You know what I mean? This is my, I've been experimenting a lot with this OBS and this live stream, and I just recently found out that you can stream vertical in the YouTube Shorts feed. So that's what I'm trying out. That's what I'm trying out right now. So let me know if you guys have any thoughts or questions or anything like that. I want to play a little bit more of that country track because I need to brush up on this stuff. That's for sure. Here we go. All right, so the first thing that tends to go with that for me is the time. So, you can know the licks and everything, but really it's the timing of it that you got to really keep up with this style of playing. Now, let me ask you guys a question. Are you guys hearing this like in a stereo type sound? Does it sound like it's in stereo? Anybody listening on like earbuds or anything like that? Because, excuse me, because that's my whole point of wanting to do this way. Is I wanted to make sure I got like really good quality stereo sound out there for you guys, and it sounds good. Now there's this feature on here called Backtrack, which I can save, I can save some things here if I thought I did some good playing or we had some good conversations. But yeah, let me know how it sounds, let me know how it looks, because it's super important to me. I'm kind of crazy about my tone and stuff like that, so I want it to sound really good. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm super rusty at that, but thanks for asking. That's something I need to brush up on for sure. So anyway, yeah, all right. I'll show you this other Strat I have. This is a Strat made by a company called Iconic Guitars, and it's got a little bit different headstock here. This is their own headstock, and I used to have an endorsement with them. I probably still do if I wanted to pursue it, but they don't make, you know, I just kind of, I bought this Les Paul Traditional about 10 years ago, and I just fell in love with it. So I kind of started switching over to Les Pauls, and you know, kind of sort of let this endorsement go a little bit because, but I still have this. This is the first one I got from them, and it's really cool. So the pickups are very low output. So sometimes I have to goose them a little bit. I'll bring it a little bit more drive, just to kind of goose them. So what I got going on here is I got my amp back behind me, and it's going through a load box into a speaker sim. So yeah, this is the iconic, and the reason why I love this guitar, well, there's a few things about it that are really cool. First of all, it has an asymmetrical neck, which is something I think Stevie Ray Vaughan kind of started doing for a while there. And it feels really good under your hands. I love the color of it because it reminds me of Gary Moore, back when Gary Moore used to play Strats in the late 70s, early 80s. So I always really wanted this kind of reddish, whatever they call it. I don't know what, I can't remember the name of the color. And it's got low output pickups, which are really cool. They're not super bright. Sometimes Strats can get a little bright for my taste. So, and it's relicked. You can't really see the relicking probably on this. Maybe if I get the light shined on it, you can see it's got really cool relicking on it. Like legit, it looks legit, you know what I mean? So one of the things when I'm doing these live streams, I have my mic set up, and I can hear my guitar picking, and there's this like weird latency. So if I do this, yeah, I just turned my mic off. So I'm going to get this little mic mute. I got this little mic mute switch that eventually I'm going to set up. And you can see every time I mess with something, it gets a little bit different, right? Something happens, it gets a little different. So I'm going to get that little mic mute going too. So because I don't like to hear the strings through there, it gives me like a latency thing. But I'll show you what this guitar is really great for. There's a Stevie Ray Vaughan song called Empty Arms. I think I've played over it before. So this microphone, man, what's going on here? Let me check. Anyway, that's really, really a nice tone for that. So yeah, really got a nice tone. Yeah. Yeah. So let me know if you guys have any thoughts or questions? Oh, I see what I did. I turned off. I see. I accidentally hit a button here. No wonder it sounded a little wonky to me there for a minute. I was like, well, what just happened? So, I gotta admit, there's some really cool software out there right now. Right now, I'm using this Celestion Speaker Shaper plugin. And it sounds pretty good. I feel like I'm hearing a little bit of compression. And I'm also using a little bit of a stereoizer on my guitar just to give it a little bit of stereo split. Yeah, so anyway, let me know how it sounds, guys. Let me know if you guys got any thoughts or questions. Play Smoke on the Water. All right. Sounds pretty close to it, right? Let me make an adjustment here. Can't go wrong with Old Smoke on the Water. Play any blues song? Dang, yeah, thanks, man. Any blues song? Some of my favorite blues songs to play. I really like this one that I was just playing, which is Stevie Ray Vaughan, Empty On. I used to sing this song. Me, little baby, the day that I'm gone. You're gonna miss me, little baby. That tune's great. Another one that I really, just really love playing over is kind of like The Thrill Is Gone. It's just really super fun to play over. See what this sounds like. I think it's like in B minor. Turn it up just a smidge. thing I like about blues is you can throw a little jazz in there here and there. Do you know what I mean? All right, what about Purple Haze? Wow, thank you. Yeah, nothing better than the blues. That's the truth, right? Train kept a rolling. Yeah, that's one of my favorite songs. Let me see if I can find a backing track for that. But I'm going to use the old Les Paul for that one. So when I was a kid, you know, I loved the first like 4 Aerosmith records back from like the early 70s. And that record, Get Your Wings, this is right when I was just starting to learn how to play guitar. And, you know, back then we didn't have the internet or anything like that. So you just kind of learned off of records. You know, I had a little record player and you'd move the needle around and stuff. And that solo that was in that song, which I thought was Joe Perry. Actually, it's not Joe Perry. I found that out later. But really is the solo that inspired me to really get into playing guitar. That was the beginning of it. You know what I mean? So, I know I haven't played it for a while, but I pretty much, when I was a kid, I pretty much learned it note for note. Let's see what this sounds like. It says backing track with vocals, but I don't hear anything, so let's see. It doesn't give you a count in. That's what I need. I need a count in. Man, I love that stuff right there. That's my jam. You know what I mean? That's the stuff. So yeah, that's the Purple Haze. Man, I haven't played that for a while. Yeah, that kind of stuff. It's getting a little furry on my tone for my liking, so I'm going to make a few adjustments here. Let's see. Take these. I got these ribbon mics on this plug-in here, and they tend to make things a little furry. Yeah, so I don't know. I love that tune. I've never learned it, that Anastasia by Slash. I love that tune. Crazy Train solo. Man, I haven't... God, I haven't played in so long. Let's see. I haven't played it in so long, man, but you know what I mean. Were you muting? No, I wasn't muting the mic. It's a bit of a hassle. So that's why I got this little box here. Eventually, I haven't set it up yet, but it's a little mute thing that I can step on or whatever when I'm playing, so it doesn't pick up the strings, because it kind of it causes this, like, it's not feedback, but it's a loop, because I can hear it through the mic. It comes back through my headphones, and it's just a little bit off the timing, and it throws me off just a little bit. You can never win with this stuff, man. This technology, it seems good, but then there's always some little quirk, and I'm sure there's some kind of setting that I could do that would fix it, but I don't know what it is. You know how it goes. So, yeah, guys, hey, thanks for hanging out. So, yeah, I'm on this vertical live stream, and I wanted to try this out, you know what I mean? So, let me know how it looks. Let me know how it sounds. I'm a professional guitarist. I have been my whole life. I've done True Fire courses. If you know what True Fire is, I've done about 10 True Fire courses. So if you're a True Fire student, check out some of my courses. Just look for Jeffery Marshall, Jeffery. And you can probably just type in Jeff Marshall. I'm also been a teacher for GIT, Guitar Institute of Technology, for like almost 20 years now. I started in '06, so 18 years. And I went remote during the pandemic, do you know what I mean? So it kind of allowed me to move out of LA, and because we just, it's so expensive there, we couldn't find a house there that we could afford. I moved to Nashville. So sounds good. All right, good. Yeah, I love this Bogner amp, man. It's so thick and chewy. I don't think you can see it back here, but it's down here in this little rack. It's just like, it's so like delicious, you know what I mean? Steve Vai songs. Honestly, I never really been a huge fan of Steve Vai. I mean, I've seen him play. I've actually played with him before on stage, but I never was a huge fan of his. I mean, the Passion and Warfare album, obviously fantastic, and I certainly was a bit of a fan of him. The thing is to play like Steve Vai, you immediately sound like Steve Vai, like if you do all that kind of and all that kind of all tapping and everything. So I never wanted to sound like him. When Steve Vai was out, I appreciate how great he was, but I was trying to work on my own stuff at that time, so I wasn't. Is there a way to get pinch harmonics? Yeah, well, in order to get pinch harmonics, I get this question a lot. And, when I was a kid, in the 70s, I first heard pinch harmonics maybe from Ted Nugent. And I didn't know what it was. I was like, where did that high note just come from, And then after a while, you figure it out or whatever. But there's a sweet spot, like... if you move your hand as you're doing it, and it works really good on the G string, especially if you got lots of gain. I've got lots of gain going on there. So you just got to find the sweet spot in between your pickups here, where that might be. Let me just zoom out just a little bit here, so you can maybe see kind of more what's going on in total a little bit. So the first time I did that, it's kind of like learning how to whistle, right? When you're a kid, you don't know how to whistle, then you just keep trying it. And then one day you just go, and you go, hey, I whistled, right? So it's kind of the same thing. Like, you keep fooling around with it. You know what you're doing when I'm doing a pick, what I'm doing is I'm picking the note with the pick, but I'm using the flesh of my thumb to create the harmonics. See, there's harmonics here. There's all kinds of different harmonics there, you know. So, like this is a I can't remember what kind of they call this, a harp harmonic. So you can hear all those harmonics there. So what you're doing is you're picking the note, and as soon as the note gets picked, you're hitting a little bit of flesh of your thumb to get a harmonic. You know what I mean? I remember when that was, I'm getting wasted meeting. No worries, man, no worries. Yeah, but thanks for hanging out, everybody. You know what I mean? Make sure you're going and follow my page. I post all kinds of instructional videos and gear reviews and everything. But I'm kind of trying out this. Yeah, thank you. Awesome, I appreciate it. Make sure you're subscribed and all that good stuff, right? So, yeah, I'm going to hang out for a little bit longer. Let me know if you guys have any thoughts or questions. But, yeah, you know, I do a lot of teaching. So if anybody is looking to get some lessons or anything like that, or if you want to just... you know, get into some gear, whatever it might be. Kind of old bluesy stuff. I'm super rusty right now. Any tips on how to improvise? Yeah, well, you know, you got to think about what music is. And music is these three basic components. It's the harmony, rhythm, and melody. Now, they can be micromanaged to the atom degree, but those three things is what you got to think about when you're improvising. So when you're improvising, you're probably playing scales, right? So obviously you got to know your scales. You can start with just pentatonic scales, but then you also have to be conscious of the chords, which is the harmony, and you got to be conscious of the groove, like the tempo, right? So like I was playing over that little groovy blues thing, right? So you know, pocket and groove is so important. That's why I get frustrated with this latency, because it throws my pocket off a little bit. But, you know, you want to feel where all the quarter notes are and the eighth notes and the eighth note triplets and the 16th notes. So here's my quarter notes. Here's my eighth notes. Here's my triplets. 16th notes. 16th note triplets. So now you can syncopate those to the nth degree, but I want to feel where all those little pulses are, because I want to lock into the grid while I'm playing and make sure my groove is happening, right? So even if I'm just playing a simple pentatonic scale, as long as I'm in the pocket, it should sound pretty good. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So that's the rhythmic part. So people will think, well, I'm not playing rhythm guitar. Do you know what I mean? No, but you're playing solo. You're soloing, but there's a rhythm going on behind you. There's a tempo going on behind you. So that's really important. So even if you only just know pentatonic scales, which is pretty simple, you can sound really great with just pentatonic blues as long as your pocket is good. So that's something that you want to work on a lot, is your pocket. But then you also want to be aware of the chords. Now this takes a little bit longer, so I like to think of the chord I'm playing over, not just the key I'm in. So that's like C, I'm playing in C blues, but I can micromanage the chords because the chords change. It goes from C to F, back to C to G, F. So I want to play around those chords and make it sound like, you know, my lines kind of line up with those chords. Let me see if I can do it. So that starts off on C, right? Now it goes to F. So there I'm playing more through the chords. Now listen, that takes a lot of practice. I've been practicing doing that stuff for years. But you can sound really good by just thinking I'm in a key. I'm in a key of like C, and I play C minor blues. That's a great place to start. So, you know, when you learn your scale, you gotta, you know, of course you gotta learn your scales, right? So when you learn your scales, you want to get creative with your scales. You don't want to just, you know, when you're first learning your scales, you might just start by going up and down your scale, right? But that's not good for improvising. It's boring, right? So what you want to do is maybe learn licks to kind of give you a vocabulary, and then also get creative with your scales. Like I'll do things like, you know, just arranging the notes, hopefully in interesting ways. So a lot of it is based off of little sequences, right? So sequences is when you take a series of notes and you run it through the scale. A real common one is like groups of 4. Or groups of 3. Or groups of 5. Or groups of 6. So these are all little patterns, like they're almost like little mathy patterns. But I don't like to stay in them for too long. I like to smash them together. So I might play this and I might play that. But when I'm first practicing them, I'll definitely work on them like elongated so I can get the feel of it down. So like if I'm doing this. So I might start by really practicing them up and down the scale, but that's not really how I want to play them. I'm just trying to get the pattern down under my fingers. And then you start to build up a bunch of patterns that you can use, and you just smash them together, you know, and it creates these lines. You know, I hope that helps. It's easier said than done, for sure. It requires a lot of practice and everything. But this is kind of how I go about building up a vocabulary. So when I'm playing, I'm really drawing on that vocabulary that I built up. I'm not really playing anything new to me. Maybe it's the first time you've heard it, because maybe you've never seen me play before, but the stuff I play, to me, is the same stuff I've been playing over and over again. So you keep, over time, you keep adding to that vocabulary and adding to it and experimenting. That's what's fun about the guitar. It just keeps going and going and going. It's really cool. You know what I mean? So, yeah, great questions, guys. I appreciate it. And gals. I don't know if there's any gals in here, but it's all good. There's lots of great female guitar players out there, too, so I get it. Yeah, let me know if you guys, if you have any thoughts or questions or anything. Like I said, I'm a guitar teacher, and certainly. So right there, you see, I'm improvising, but I'm in my head, I hear the chords go by, right? So I know the form of the chords because it's a 12-bar blues. It's pretty baked into most people's psyche for the most part. So the chords are G minor to C minor to D minor, right? And then at the end, there's another kind of D7 chord there. So when those chords come, I'm going to kind of focus on information or licks or lines that I can play around those chords, right? So I could just play G blues over everything, but I missed some opportunities there. Yeah, so see, I'm not just thinking just about, well, I'm just playing G blues. I'm thinking about all the chords individually as they go by. So that way I can kind of lean on some of the tones of the chord to make it sound like I'm playing over the chords, right? So, all right, gang. Well, hey, thanks so much for hanging out. And, make sure you're liking and sharing and subscribing and all that crap. And, I'll see you guys. I'm going to be back on here a little bit more. I'm actually on break from teaching, and I do tour a lot, but I've got a good couple weeks off from touring, too. So I feel like I'm on vacation right now. So it's given me a good chance to, to really absorb some of this technology and hopefully get a little bit better and send out some good content to you guys. So anyway, I'm going to roll out of here. I'll see you next time around. Cheers.